My son deserved to die with dignity, with his family and his friends beside him.
Dad, he says, I've run out of time. You'll get up one morning, I'll be gone. He was a happy little child and a bundle of energy.
Every Friday night we would take him to Boston Pizza, and he wanted to run around and talk to people. You know Adam, he's a very social guy. And so he'd go up to the booth like this and just plunk himself down and say, "Hello, I'm Adam."
He got into soccer, and he started having particular problems there with urges to do things that was distracting for him from his game. A need to flick his hands like that, his fingers, and what he would do, he would tape them up for the game so he couldn't do that.
He was a very buff dude. You would have no idea there was like anything wrong with him at all. There's oftentimes not a physical representation of it. So when you tell somebody like, I've got a lot of anxiety today, I can't right now, or like, you gotta leave me alone right now, I feel like a lot of people are just like, ugh, can you just get over it?
The brain is creating pain for no reason. Because it's occurring within the brain, it's therefore a mental disorder. It's not your typical mental disorder like bipolar disorder or psychosis, schizophrenia, etc. It's just this manifestation of physical pain that is being caused by my brain. If I'm sitting here silently, although I would be mind-numbingly bored, my pain would probably be at a lower level, if not one of the lowest levels that I'm going to experience throughout that day. If I had pulled out this book and started reading, within, I would say 5 minutes, the pain in my head would be so aggressive, I would A, have to stop reading, and B, have to go and do deep breaths somewhere.
It's like my whole body is being burned from the inside by acid. He says it's behind my eyes, it's in my forehead, it's through my head, my neck, my chest, okay, all down my back. And it's agonizing pain. It's like I'm being burned alive.
Adam didn't believe that he was going to get better, and he could give you, and you could look on his Facebook wall, the list of treatments and medications that he's tried over the years, and they failed him.
He knew that there was no cure, that modern science, modern medicine isn't there yet. And so, you know, when you're somebody who's highly intellectual and great ambitions and you've experienced modicums of significant success already, you want to return to that. When you know you're not going to get it, then where do you go? We came to realize that every time we had a conversation with him, it might be our last.
I understand suicide is bad. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying life sucks, you're screwed, yada yada, let's all jump off bridges. Anyone who knows me knows I advocate treatment. I'm still going, even though I'm incredibly screwed up. I'm like quivering from the pain, man. Jeez Louise.
No one wants to lose a friend, absolutely. But just seeing the pain that he was in, to be like, don't do this, it would be selfish on my part. And it wouldn't be right for me to be like, no, you have to stay because I can't handle you leaving. Thanks. Like, that's just the ultimate form of selfishness.
Dad, would you want to live the way you've seen me living over the past year or so?
No, I wouldn't.
So if you were in my shoes, can you honestly say, do you think if you were in my shoes, you would be pursuing the right to die, or at the very minimum think, hey, this is something I deserve?
Yes.
Okay, so we're in agreement that if the roles were reversed here and I was holding the camera and you were sick, that you would not want to live if this were your destiny.
Correct.
Okay, so we have that clear, and this is my father speaking. Nothing's working, nothing's working. I know I can't die. I'm thinking of suicide, etc., etc., etc. And then, you know, that's how the story goes. People kill themselves. It's been going on for decades and decades and decades. Think about the situation. If they can't get better and their life is hell, why would they not commit suicide? Can you give me one good reason?
My son had to slink away in the middle of the night, after midnight, after his dad had gone to sleep, getting into his car, driving down the expressway to meet his fate. My son dies all alone in a motel room without anyone there. No friends, no family, nobody. Graham and I could not be there. We would have been potentially criminally prosecuted for aiding and abetting.
I don't think he had any other choice. It was his own decision. Nobody wanted him to die. He didn't want to die, but he couldn't go on the way he was suffering.
Adam loved life. He wanted to stick around. But the pain, it became too unbearable, even for my very strong son.